Guess what Niki's eating, and you'll never ever guess. You will not guess what Niki is eating right now. You have about 5 more seconds to guess what Niki is eating. Is it cookies? Is it cake? Is it ice cream? Is it a corn dog? Is it pizza? Is it hot dog? Is it steak? Is it chicken? Is it Raisin Cane's chicken fingers? Is it French fries? Is it Mexican food? Is it profiteroles?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
If you said ice cream cake, congratulations, folks. You can go get your prize. Just go to P.O. Box 69. And
so you're saying that you pick up the...
Yeah, go to P.O. Box 69 in Santa Clarita, California. Okay.
So you pick up the prize from the P.O. Box.
Prize for guessing correctly that Niki was eating ice cream cake. Now,
how are they going to get in the P.O. Box?
Just ask.
Just ask. Classically, is how you get into P.O. boxes. You just ask the postal worker.
Like safe deposit boxes too. You just go into the bank and you go, "Hey,
give me the big one. Let me get into the big one."
Hey, you know anyone's got some like pearls? There pearls in there. Let me get it.
Should we get a safety deposit box?
You and me?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to keep in there?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But just put that Tupperware of ice cream cake in there and leave it, and then we'll go back to it in a year.
We'll see what's. Put it back.
Niki is putting the ice cream cake back in the freezer. Niki is on the way to the freezer. Niki is, I believe, on the way back. And now
put the spoon in the dishwasher.
Hey, folks, welcome to VGB's episode 34. I'm one of your hosts, John Warren. With me is my forever co-host, Niki Grayson. Hello.
Oi.
Oi. Fresh off the heels. Everyone's been talking about it. Fresh off the heels of our really critically acclaimed NFL Street stream last night.
One of the best streams.
Over at twitch.tv/VGBs, where if you missed it, we figured out that my computer is not good enough to run NFL Street 2 across the stream. So,
I don't know, dude. I think your computer just needs maybe an exorcist.
I think after this recording, I'm going to just do testing streams.
Okay.
And just see what the
You're not going to do the exorcism thing that I suggested.
Now, who would I get for that?
I mean, Dallas Exorcist for computer. Hire an exorcist. Dallas. Did you mean hire an exorcist Sims 3?
Did I mean that?
Exorcism Ministry. The Pastoral Center receives telephone calls from various members of the faithful and from other or no faith traditions expressing their need for pastoral care, attributing blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mm-hmm. If the person still considers themselves under spiritual oppression or attack, they are referred for a consultation with a mental health professional. Boo!
Goofy.
Oh, but then the mental health what? Hey, John, I think the exorcisms might be fake. This shit lines up.
Hey, cue the It's Always Sunny thing where it's like the gang figures out that exorcisms are fake.
I think this shit's all made up.
Yeah, it's made up, huh?
I'm a member of three. This is from Quora. The member of three very real groups on Facebook that can help you find an exorcist. They are the Exorcist Corner, the Solomonic Order of Saint Michael and the Archangel, and the Warren Foundation.
Okay.
So
do you think that's do you think that's Ed and Lorraine Warren, the folks from The Conjuring? That's probably them, right?
The Conjuring was real?
Conjuring is about the quote unquote real cases of Ed and Lorraine Warren who are like total grifters, but
Related?
not to me. Well, you know, probably somewhere, right?
God, you think you can cash in?
Oh, yeah, but see, here's the thing.
Like the new Warrens? The new Exorcist.
No. I'm worried about I'm like, hey, let me in on some of this. Yeah, I'll make a Conjuring 8 or whatever, and it's me, and the ghosts get me immediately because I can't fucking escape them. Like immediately, and then it's it. Can you like cut me in? And they're like, we can't cut you in on the proceeds, but we will donate all of the shit in our basement that's haunted to you. And it just shows up in a big U-Haul truck.
That's
and
great.
It's like, here it is.
A Gaylord
Here
of
it
Haunted
is.
stuff.
A Gaylord of Haunted stuff.
Wait, that's good, because then you can still sell that, because that's props.
That
People
is
buy
props.
shit on the A24 store every day. And
That's
and fucking, let me name an A24 actor.
Can Nikki name a white person?
Rita?
Name that white.
Right, Rita Buffego. Is that anything? Is that somebody? That sounds like it could be somebody.
Rita, that sounds like someone at a fucking Juggalo concert with a head injury, trying to be like, Rita, Buffego.
Okay, fine.
I was kicked in the head by Violent J, and now I can only say Rita Buffego.
Rita Buffego.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, I'm probably related to the Warrens at some point. I just don't know where. I should probably ask my dad. He did that dumb family tree shit at some point. I didn't know this. My dad. I saw my dad today, and he was like, I don't know. He just got into this mood. Well, I don't know why he said this, but he was just like, yeah, you know, I've been thinking a lot about my dad. And I was like, yeah. He's like, he died. He fell down a bunch of stairs and died.
What?
And I was like, yeah, Dad, I remember that. He's like, you know, so I can't really glean anything about like kind of the late part of my life because he just fell down a bunch of
for
stairs
sure
and died. And I'm like, that's a really funny way to think about it. He's like, and he was also adopted, so I have no idea.
Past that, you can't even go back one more.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and my mom died at the age I am now. And I'm like, you know, Dad, you're doing better. Dad. You're doing better, Dad, than your parents did.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Did he think it was cool?
Funny. Yeah, he was like, yeah. And then he just kind of trailed off.
That's good.
He was petting the dog the entire time. Greep.
Yeah, Greep.
That was so funny.
Maybe,
my dad was
maybe
like, my dad just fell down the stairs and died. It was one of the funny. I'm like, Dad. I was like, Dad. At the time, it seemed pretty traumatic, but I guess you've got like more of a.
I mean, listen.
Now,
if I fell down the stairs and died, I would want people to laugh about that.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
That's really fucking funny.
It's really
dire. Funny. It's gonna be not funny for 12 months.
Yeah.
366 days after, you can laugh.
I think my dad thought it was.
We can laugh
funny.
again. New York can laugh again.
We can laugh. Can we laugh again? Why start now? I think he started to think it was funny when I think I told the story on this show when he opened his dad's car when he was cleaning out his house, and I don't remember where I told the story actually now. And the front seat was full of royalty checks from a bunch of investments he made, and the back seat was full of unopened letters from the IRS. It's one of the funniest stories I've ever heard. My dad was like cracking up when he came off on that trip, and I was like, "Wow,
that's awesome."
I'm like, now you do realize that's your problem.
Problem now,
like,
yeah. Did it even out?
I don't remember. I think they made some sort of settlement with his estate or something.
I feel like if you get got again, the IRS in my government is so chill because if you die because you fell down the stairs, they're like, "Listen,
you're out.
We didn't need it.
You made it.
We'll audit somebody else.
You made it. Yeah, well, you know what? Every time someone that's not worth $1 billion dies, it just gets added
Yeah.
to some billionaire
Somebody
tab.
else. Yes. Yeah.
Like
Someone else
it's
will get it.
yours. Someone else will get it.
So
Yeah,
that's fine.
that is fine. We had the Xbox Direct showcase today. 4 games were spotlighted. Should we
5,
start?
you fool.
What was the 5th?
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Okay, but that's an old game. And it's available now, right? It's a good game. You should play that. Everyone, you should
I
go
will.
play Ninja
I'm
Gaiden
going to go
2 Black.
download
It's
it
really
right
good.
now.
It's really,
well,
really
not right
good.
now, but
Yeah,
later.
it's a good game. It's
because
a good
I can't download stuff in the daytime on my Xbox.
But let me be clear. It's 4 new games. And the reason they showed off Ninja Gaiden 2 Black and they're like, hey, here's it is they're making a Ninja Gaiden 4, which is very exciting because I do think those Ninja Gaiden games are pretty fun. Have you played one of them, Nikki? Of course you haven't.
No. Okay.
All you play are texture packs that you don't remember getting from Minecraft and Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like
that's
a
it.
real game journalist.
Like a real game. I play 2 things. Like any real game journalist.
I am going to play Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. And I am excited for Ninja Gaiden 4. John, you've buried the lead. Apparently Platinum Games is still alive. And they're working on this one also. I don't know how that's possible.
I did notice
Now,
that and I
what
didn't understand it.
What it feels like is this is the last thing that they did before everyone got out.
Yeah.
Is they went gold on this or got it across the line and now they're finishing it up. And then everyone at Platinum was like, all right, deuces, we're going to go start Platinum 2 or whatever. So I'm hoping that it's good Platinum and not bad Platinum. It
Right.
seems like it is going to be very and John, you're old, so you've played the other ones. But it seems like it's going to be very Metal Gear Rising Revengeance coded. At least in some of the combat. And are the other Ninja Gaiden games like that?
I would say Revengeance is Ninja Gaiden coded because that's kind
Interesting.
That's kind of the direction that went. Now, I think Revengeance went like super turbo with it, which was a great choice, like a really good choice. And to your point, I do think this one looks more I mean, the older ones also had a lot of style and flourish and violence and slicing and dicing. So I don't want to make it sound like that the older ones didn't have that. But they put that really front and center in the footage that they showed today.
Yeah, this one's loud.
Yeah, this one's very loud. It did remind me a little bit of Revengeance. There's a little bit of Sekiro going on. The way they frame some of the boss fights definitely takes some FromSoft cues, I feel like, which is like totally to be expected. But it does mostly look like the Ninja Gaiden I remember. And there are 2 playable characters, at least that we know of. Ryu is back, but he's not the main guy, really. There's a new guy, a younger guy from the rival Raven clan. That appears to be a little more agile than Ryu. Ryu looks.
He's got a lot more jumpy flips.
Yeah,
because there's a scene where he's in a very narrow corridor and he's jumping up. And this new guy, he does like 800 flips when he jumps back and forth. But the old guy in Ninja Gaiden Black, he's doing like maybe 1, maybe 2 flips. Yep. And he doesn't seem as nimble.
He doesn't seem as nimble. So maybe they're kind of doing an old man Ryu kind of thing. Anyway, these games are a blast. Watching this trailer made me go, I should probably just go play those older games again because they're really fun. They're really difficult. But not.
Do they have difficulty like options? Because
yes.
Okay.
I think so. Yes.
The thing that I felt watching this trailer was I cannot wait to play this game on easy. I'm gonna have a freaking blast if I can play this game on easy. So hopefully.
Yeah. I think you can. I think it is difficult though. If you can't, it's hard, Nikki. But I think you could do it.
Okay.
I think you could do it.
I can press the button.
Yeah, I'm excited about that game. I'm with you. the Platinum Games logo popped up, and I was like, oh, we're
Huh?
so it was kind of funny, but
It made me
yeah.
forget how video games are made because I was like, like it wasn't until after the thing ended that my brain had processed that, oh, they worked on it before everybody left. Like they're not working on it now.
No.
Like they already finished it.
They finished
and the
it.
game's going to come out soon.
Yeah. Seems like it's in the can. Yeah. But yeah, they started with that, and I think that game looks pretty good. And that was a bit of a surprise. I don't think most people had that on their bingo card, so to speak. But that's exciting. The next game they showed off South of Midnight, which is a game that I feel like last time we saw it, I was impressed by it in a way that I was intrigued the first time they showed it. I was impressed the second time, even though in my head I was like, this has got some like God of War stuff going on, like pretty huge. But I still think like the cultural touchstones, the animation style, the cutscenes with that kind of like weird like notched frame rate. I really like a lot of this. They showed quite a bit of the game, especially the combat today. Nikki, what did you think of that part of the showcase?
Sure is a character action game.
I am sad to say that these showcases are interesting. Maybe my point about this is more about showcases than it is about this game, because I still think there are interesting parts of this game that I'm excited about. But they spent a long time talking about enemy types and like this big blob will explode if you're close to it. This one will close rank and try to get it. It's like you're describing every enemy in these games. Like these games do not innovate with these kind of enemy types. So the fact that we spent 5 minutes talking about them makes me either think, okay, this is a problem with the structure of these things. You've already showed a lot of the game that is interesting. Now you're down to something that I think is less interesting, but you've got to fill the segment. So to me, it kind of kills some of the excitement of the game when you're focusing on something that's so, in my opinion, not important. And it makes me wonder how deep this game is actually going to be.
Yeah, it feels... have not touched it, obviously. Sorry.
You haven't touched it because you are a child with tuberculosis living in the 1800s.
That is correct. I'm in the 1800s. They let me out of the iron lung for 2 minutes. It just doesn't seem very deep, I guess. But also, like, I have no idea as to this, like, the scope of the game. If it turns out that the game is not deep, but it's also not very long, then it's kind of fine, right? Like, if they're like, it is a video game insofar as, like, you are doing combat, there are going to be a handful of cool abilities that you're going to use a handful of times, right? But also the game is 25 hours long. So you're not even going to really be in it for very long, like and it actually kind of doesn't matter, then like that's one thing. But if the game, and then it's not, I doubt it's going to be this, but if the game ends up being like 40 hours long and then the combat is what it kind of feels like it is going to be, then like we might have some issues. I think they're also in an unbelievably tough position where they have to sell a game about black people in current 2025 climate, which is a nightmare, because I think if you're, and I think they did a really good job of like painting the picture.
I'm like the cries of DEI about a story that is so deeply couched in black Southern culture is going to be really funny. It's like, why is it a white guy at the center of this story? Please.
Yeah, if you can believe it, the Xbox chat was not great while they were doing this all the midnight stuff. So like, I don't know. I think they're damned if they do, damned if they don't on this. Like if the game ends up being like a 78 on Metacritic, it is damned, which is good, right? But it is going to be damned by the fact that it is about black people.
Yeah.
If the game is good, then it is only good because people are like sucking up to the fact that the game is about black people.
Right.
So like, regardless of the content of the game, not even because of anything that Compulsion is doing, right? Like this is not, they are not doing this. But it is like art no longer is the work of the artist once it becomes public. So because of when and where it's going to be put out, like I think the conversation around this game is going to be fucking insane.
Awful.
So I don't know. I'm excited about it. I like looking at it, and I think like it is so rare for me to be as enthralled with the visuals of a game as I am with South of Midnight, and I just can't wait to look at it more. So that's how I feel.
Yeah. I'm still positive on the game. I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out, and I still have a lot of hopes for this game. I think it's they're not at the level that Senua 2 was at in terms of overexposure. Like not even
for
close.
sure.
But it has been three of these in a row.
Yes.
Where they've given us a little bit. And I think it's not that they ran out of something interesting in the last one. It's just that I think they probably felt like they had to like, hey, the most boring people on Earth want to know what kind of enemies you're fighting over and over. So
like
let's give them that. And it's like, well, guess what? This kind of doesn't really do a lot for, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's when you're trying to
already interested.
Yeah, when you're trying to sell a video game, it's not like it's trying to sell a video game to people who are already going to buy it. So then really all you're doing is opening yourself up to opportunities for people to be like, well, what?
Wait a second. Is this just like everything else? You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited about it. We will see.
Is that April?
I think that was April. We had a couple of April releases, including the next game.
I'm going to look.
Yeah, look first, and then we'll move on.
South of Midnight.
Release date.
April 8th, 2025.
April 8th. April is a busy month. Also, later in that month is going to be Expedition 33, which I have to tell you, Nikki, might have been the best looking game at this thing.
Dude.
For me, personally. I think this game looks...
This game looks like it fucking bangs.
This game is very... It's very French.
Yeah, you ever heard of France?
It looks like a very long, traditional... turn-based role-playing game.
It's only 30 hours.
Well, I mean, it's still beefy. It's still
like, for sure, but it's not Persona long.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was going into it.
Right.
Yeah.
To reframe the discussion of long, because people are now thinking of Persona 120-hour mandatory experience.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it's not that. I saw this and I was like, wow, all this shit looks cool. Not gonna play it. This shit's gonna take me 7 years to play.
Right. Yeah.
But no, it's only 30 hours.
And there's something about this game in motion, especially in the combat, that looks kind of like, oh, like y'all unlocked it. You figured something out here, because it just looks incredibly smooth and interesting and detailed. I think that the designs are really interesting. They showed off some more. They showed off a character that joins your party, I guess, who is just like a weird monkey with like a red breathe right strip for a face, and then like and he's like slapsticky and can turn into other monsters, and then like the weird. Forgive me, sir. The weird kind of creepy guy at the end of the video that was like, yeah, I just like, how do you get around? I thought I want a big balloon that's made out of Victorian pillows. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. But you said that was your first thought?
Your first thought you had.
But you know what, weirdo?
Yeah,
you got
me. Right.
Like, you're right. It's weird. And I think it's a good thing. So I think Expedition 33 seems really cool. The plot is weird. It's like every year a paintress shows up in the distance and
It's
paints
so
a number.
fucking good.
Paints a number on this monolith, and then everyone older than that number dies.
Is it?
So
Wait, is that what it is? Okay, my understanding was that number goes down every year.
it goes down every year, but when
Oh, okay, so
yeah, it
they're
goes
on a
down every
timer.
year. They're on a timer, basically.
Yes, to kill her.
Yeah, and so like this people Expedition 33, I think is led by two people who are 33.
Yes.
And they're running out of time. They just watched, it seems like, loved ones die the previous year.
Yes.
And now they're on this mission to go stop her, whatever that entails. They don't really know. And I think that is
Great
kind
conceit.
of, that's kind of delicious. It's a great conceit. You might be sitting at home thinking, that's a little bit like the plot of Final Fantasy X. And you know what? You're right. And that plot was also really fucking good. And it's like it worked because it was like, it was focused. It had a beginning and an end, which is something that I think is sometimes missing in those sprawling role-playing games where it's like, you know where you're going, and that is interesting. You fill in it. You fill in the rest of it with interesting things instead of relying on the player not knowing what's going to be at the end, which I think is fine, but is also maybe a little less focused and less interesting to me sometimes. And I don't know, this game looks killer to me.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I've never heard that many French accents around a game and thought, I really want to play this game.
Yeah, I know. Usually it puts
So-
me off.
Yeah.
Also, their office is just like this beautiful chateau in Montpellier. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a beautiful
What do
place.
you
and-
mean?
And everyone sits about 6 inches away from each other,
Yes.
which I'd also notice is very funny. So, yeah, really, really funny. But yeah, that game, I don't know. That game looks really great. It comes out at the end of April, which is very soon, which is super exciting. And then we saw Doom: The Dark Ages, which they really wanted to really drive home. One that this is a prequel to Doom. Who really cares where it ends up? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But instead of go in guns blazing or jump and shoot, this is stand and fight, is I think what they said. And you're basically a little more tanky. You have a shield that has a chainsaw on it.
Great. You can throw it like a frisbee.
The contextual shield stuff is interesting. I wonder if that ever works doesn't work in a way that is, wonky. But it's like, I don't know. I trust them. They're usually pretty good at stuff like that.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Doom: The Dark Ages?
Great. It made me go, I should probably finish Doom Eternal.
Yeah, that's a game that I think a lot of people kind of fell off on. I certainly did.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just felt like it was a little bit more of the same. And I think that what's cool about Doom: The Dark Ages, they've maybe took that criticism to heart and have created an experience that looks a little bit different and maybe even a little bit closer to the original experience of Doom, where you're not like going vertical constantly like the newer Dooms, and instead are kind of planted, doing a lot of strafing, doing a lot of one-on-one movement against enemies. So it looks interesting to me and very fun. You can do a bunch of contextual melee shit at the end of a battle, which is kind of cool.
Jason Finelli, freelancer, was in Giant Bomb chat earlier today while we were doing the talk over, and he was in the preview, I guess last week. Mm-hmm. And he said that, what's the fucking guy's name? The guy?
Doom guy?
Nope. There were two guys that came out, and they were like, we're Doom's dad.
Oh, I know. I don't know.
The guy on the right. Anyway,
Yep.
Whatever. They said one of the guys was like, I played more of the original Doom while we were making this game than I did when we were making the other two.
Yep, makes sense.
So as a touchstone, I think that is correct. That's what they're trying to go for. John, you can get in a mech.
Yes, you can get in a mech.
And then there's parts where you play Panzer Dragoon.
You get on a dragon and do some stuff, which is really fun. Yeah, it looks like they just kind of had a blast with this one, which
Yeah, I like it when
I'm
it seems like
excited.
they had fun making the video game.
Yeah,
That seems nice.
yeah, yeah. No, definitely. It's a lot of fun.
You think they're gonna do another Doom after this, or what do you think it's gonna do?
Maybe they keep going back until it's like a Assassin's Creed. It's like this one's in Egypt.
God, that would fucking bang. Can you fucking imagine? And it's just like how many different cultural sarcophages can we put Doom Guy in for him to break out of?
Yep.
God, that would bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the lore reveal in the second one again, which I didn't finish, is that he's just immortal. He's just the same guy, and he's just been trapped fighting demons. So that's why this one's a un prequel. So I wonder if it's like at the end of this one they put him in the box that Samuel Hayden finds him in the first one, or if they're going to keep
something in between.
Yeah. So
next one's like the Stranger Things sound font starts. It's like, oh wow, it's 1980s America.
Blood Dragon, Doom Blood Dragon.
Blue Doom Blood Dragon.
That would be fun. Why did Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon? Why was that the biggest game in the whole world? Because it was, right? For a second.
Well, it was for a second. It was. I mean, the original is still, I think, more frequently remembered and discussed. But I think Blood Dragon was kind of a panacea for those of us who had fun with 3, but maybe thought everyone's insistence that the villain was so good and the story was really interesting or whatever. A lot of us were kind of actually, I'm pretty sure.
No, it just felt really good to shoot the bow in that game. That's all it really was.
Pretty sure that none of that was really kind of the thing. And so Blood Dragon was what if we just stripped all that bullshit out of there and cranked it up a little bit so it's like Far Cry, but a little
goofy.
More. It just it felt good. So that was
good game.
Good game. I don't know. I thought this was a pretty strong.
I thought they did great.
Yeah.
I like this format of the options.
I do too.
Which are Nintendo Direct, which is it feels like you're watching a video at the airport, and then there's this.
Yes.
Which is the people who are making the video games are talking about them. And then there's the hyper-produced, we get people who are not in the mines every single day making the video game, telling you about the video game. I hate that, too. And it feels, over-rehearsed and stale and gross and not like a person made it. Mm-hmm. I think this is, of the formats, I think this is the best one. Yeah. It opens people up, I think, to harassment in new and exciting ways, because you are now deeply putting face to game, a lot of face to game.
It's definitely a double-edged sword because I of course look at it it humanizes this entirely massive process, and you're meeting 10 people on this team, and that's really wonderful, right? But you're totally right.
It is actually no, for sure. Is it nice to see these people? Yes, absolutely. But also then you kind of do get to understand why they would go the route of you're at the airport, dog. Who gives a shit? Fuck you. The video game's going to come out. Or Phil Spencer is going to take all the heat for you. It's just honestly because we live in hell, John. That it's like this, because in a perfect world it would all just kind of be like this, and then there would be no downside. Actually,
no downside.
You would just get to see the artist doing the art. But that ain't where we be.
That ain't where we be. Unfortunately, you know what? And I don't know when we're gonna get there.
No, I don't know either.
I don't know.
Will we?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did someone put it in the basketball chat that we're in, or did I just see it on Blue Sky? Where someone was like, the Phoenix Suns are the smartest team in the NBA because they're functioning under the impression that we're not going to get to 2028.
Yeah. That was a basketball chat. They're the only ones that seem to be aware that we're not making it to 2028. As they're
It's really fucking funny.
The final NBA championship will be in that span, so they're like, it's fine.
Whatever, who cares?
It's fine.
Trade it all away.
Yeah.
Fuck Sam Presti.
Right.
Idiot. Pick in 2033. Idiot.
Yep. Yeah. They know in 2029 it'll be like, the Trump Liberties have beaten the Musketeers.
I know that kind of is good, though. The Musketeers is pretty good. The Musketeers is pretty good.
Musketeers, yeah. So, yeah, no, grim. But, yeah, that was funny. That was in the basketball chat. I was interested in a game called Earthblade, which was being made by the Celeste people, but unfortunately it did get canceled this week.
Like,
can
not
we talk
to be
about
crazy?
This? I know.
Not to be fucking crazy. Not to be crazy. This is the most, like, your brain got too big on this one, gang.
Your brain got way too big.
Your brain got way too
all day
fucking big.
In the Discord, go to discord.gg/VGBs, join the Discord. It's a lot of fun talking to Lotus and some other people about this. They did announce this via a blog post. And the blog post...
Your brain got too big on it. It's not everything. Sometimes you are running a business where you make a product that people want so they can give you money for the product. That's fine. It's fine. Is it ideal? No. It's not ideal. But you don't need to work yourself out of making money because you had a fucking disagreement over Celeste? Not to be crazy. They get killed 30 years ago.
I don't understand it.
How are you still having IP disagreements over Celeste?
I don't know.
Relax.
It's dusted, folks. Y'all got your money on that.
You got your money.
Like, I don't know how much money you're making on this for the lifetime of its existence. Like, maybe some.
Relax. And, we don't know the entire story.
No,
right?
I want to be clear. We don't, listen, I'm 1 degree removed from some of the people involved here. I don't know any of them. Yeah. I really like the game Celeste. I really wanted to play Earthblade.
Yes.
That said, this blog post that is written by 2 people who are still working on the Extremely OK Games label.
Yes.
Is honestly really strange. I invite you all to go read it. We'll put it in the show notes or something. But like Nikki said, they overthought the fuck out of this.
Just
they
cancel
really overthought it.
Here are the options. You cancel it and say it's not working.
Sorry, it's not working out.
Not working out. Games
behind,
you're canceling
not working out. Yep.
It's gonna be too expensive to fix it.
Yep.
Okay. And everyone says, damn, that fucking sucks.
Oh man, that stinks. They don't ask any more questions. And here's why. Because you've already earned their trust by making a game called Celeste that is
that everyone
beloved.
And for you to then, as that team, be like, yeah, we didn't think this one was going to make it. That's great.
We trust you.
Incredible. I trust you.
Man, bummer. That stinks.
Get him. Do it again, champ. We'll see you in 3.5 years.
We know you can do it. So can't wait to see what you do.
But instead, you told on yourselves at being bad at business and maybe perhaps shitty friends.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah.
Over again, and now this is the other side of the Celeste coin, over a thing that people do not think about or talk about anymore. It is not worth it's not worth it. Mm-mm. So it would have just been easier to be like, we gotta cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
Oopus.
And
everyone would have been like, damn.
The core conflict at this cancellation is apparently they're split with collaborator named Pedro. And I just want to point out the one. I mean, listen, they posted it. I can talk about it.
They posted it.
It's not like we got this in our inbox randomly. This is online for everyone to see.
They said it.
They said, I'm just going to read this. I don't know why. This is so funny to me. I'm sorry. It's not funny to probably any of these people. I apologize. We eventually reached a resolution, but both parties also agreed in the end that we would go our separate ways. Pedro is now working on his game Neverway, which you should check out. We've played it, and it's very promising. I've never in my life read a ruder sentence than this, and they think it was fine. But
yes.
What's weird, I was telling Lotus this yesterday. I was like, when I read this blog post, I thought to myself, if I remove any of the parts of my intuition that are used to spot red flags in the way people communicate, this blog post would be great. And then I was like, wait a second. It doesn't work like that. Because it's so weird. They basically spend half the blog going like, yeah, this Pedro guy really fucked us. And like, we don't really want to even finish this game now that he's left. Like, he left, and it's like, we looked at this game and we're like, this game is dog shit. Who gives a fuck about it? Anyway, Pedro left, and he's working on this game. It's very promising. Like, what are you doing? Just write a presser that says we canceled this game.
We canceled it. That's it. Like, and I understand, right? Like, I get it. I get it. This is a small team of emotional people, who care a lot.
Yes.
This is what happens, right? It's like you care a lot, but the reason this sucks. The reason that everyone who runs a business is soulless and is able to get the business to keep going is because they don't care.
They don't care. They don't fucking care.
And I don't think it's healthy to operate that way in every single aspect of your life. But when your job is make and release video game for mass market consumption, you do have to sometimes know when to put the emotional human being part of your body out of the room. Mm-hmm. It's business boy time in here now. And business boy says the game got canceled.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. I'm wearing my big boy pants. Hey, folks, I'm the authority on the game we canceled. Yes. You have no room to ask us anything about it. If I say it's canceled,
it's canceled. Then it's canceled.
If you had said that, and then someone asks you, goes, "It's Pedro's fault." Like you never do that. You would just go, "Well, we had a lot of difficulty, and we decided to cancel it."
And
it's like,
now
it's so strange.
Now, right? There's no way that you go back to it. It's impossible to go. It's impossible to go back to.
No,
you can't even do the thing where you're like, we released all the stuff that we were working on. Right. You can't even do that anymore.
No, you can't.
Foolish.
It was a really strange decision. Now, Skip, I don't think you should live your life as a soulless, emotionless, terrible, business-minded person. But in this one case, I would have just done the presser. You hire a PR team for one afternoon. One afternoon. That's all they need.
What was do you think when do you think their PR team found out?
Oh, when their fucking Google alert for the word Pedro triggered. When they have a Google alert for Celeste Pedro, and it fucking triggered, and they went, "Oh, fuck!" And they went in and they're like, "Why did you write 1,000 words on Pedro's ass leaving you, fighting over the IP, and then saying that his game sucks?" Like it's so weird.
It's just and the thing that is the biggest bummer, I think, is that I think it's like a multi-layered bummer. Right. It sucks that these people who had an incredible working and personal relationship made a piece of art that is, I think, one of the coolest things.
It's awesome.
Yes, universally beloved, one of my favorite games of all time.
It's awesome.
The nature of humanity necessitates that not all of your relationships are permanent.
Correct.
Regular. Normal.
Yep. Normal.
Does it fucking suck that the relationship fell apart? Yes. Because of some dumb business bullshit, which is what's alluded here. Like, I think you're looking at it. No, the illusion is that there's conflict on whatever Pedro was. Again, too much information
It's
for
too
me.
much information. Like it not only it is information that did not go across a lawyer's desk.
No.
Because a lawyer would not let them post this.
No.
I don't think.
No.
Because there's
Because
a
you
lot
don't-
here
you don't
that I'm like,
gotta.
this is nobody's business. This is
fine.
fine.
This is like getting arrested for possession of weed.
Yeah.
And then as they're putting you in the car, being like, "Oh, did y'all get the cocaine out of the trunk?"
Yeah. I know you asked me if there's anything that could stick you in my pockets. What about get you high? Because there is stuff in my pockets that'll get you high. You don't have to fucking do it. It's crazy. It's weird.
Bummer.
Anyway,
that game looked sick as fuck.
That game
and I'm
looks
sad.
sick. That game looks sick. And now they're gonna go make something else, and that's fine. And I wish them the best. And I hope. Listen, Celeste makers, extremely okay games. I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me for how extra I was during this segment. I just want the best for you because you made one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah.
And just next time, reach out to us, john@vgbs.com.
Dude.
Just like ask us advice. Like, what would you? We will tell you pro bono. We will
For
tell
free.
you what to do. Well, give us 1% of Celeste.
No, this is what got them into this fucking problem, John.
God damn it! Shit. Anyway, that got canceled and everyone was sad. Before all this Xbox stuff happened, I think the biggest story of the week is something that I think we really need to talk about. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, underperformed and only sold 1.5 million copies, which was apparently a disappointment to EA. That number sounds fairly reasonable to me, but you have to remember Inquisition did sell like 10 million copies. Of course,
Yeah,
that was over a long span of time. Okay, and it was a decade ago, and like all that stuff. So keep that with a grain of salt. The story that savvy people are paying attention to, but I would say that a lot of the games industry kind of swept under the rug, is that in the same sentence,
in the
EA
same
also
breath.
said, in the same breath, they go, well, yeah, Dragon Age Veilguard didn't do well. Also, EA Sports FC 25 didn't do well. Anyway, next.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll catch you on the flip.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. So, and not to be crazy, if EA smoking the finest weed, if they thought that Dragon Age or whatever the fuck, Dragon Age the Veilguard was going to sell 3 million copies,
crazy,
out of your goddamn mind.
Crazy.
Nuts.
Crazy.
Like, no. John at VGBs.com. Do you think our video game is going to sell 3 million copies? No, it's not. And that's fine.
No, that's fine. Folks, that's a solid million right there. And you know what? But here's the thing I was thinking about. It's like, that game took so long to make.
It took a really long time to make.
That number probably internally kept creeping up in terms of what they needed to make.
Yes.
In order and it's like, that's not a projection. Like, like, you know what I mean? It's like,
that's break even.
I know that feels like very obvious, but when EA's like, yeah, we expected this to do 3 million, I was like, no, you didn't. You looked at the math and you figured out you needed to do 3 million.
You needed 3 million. Yes.
That's not a fucking projection. Mm-hmm. That's y'all needing it to do something because you let this shit go for too long.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for that team, but like, they basically rebooted this thing like twice, and it's like,
and
I don't know if I'm EA. If I'm EA, I'm writing that Pedro blog post like 5 years ago. And I'm just like, nah, we're not going to get
Pedro fucked this one up too.
Yeah.
You gotta, at some point, like, on Dragon Age specifically.
Yeah.
Realize that, like, if the video game, when you play it, feels like it has been rebooted 2 solid times,
and it does. And I like that game.
It apparently does.
Like mm-hmm.
You cannot, in the same breath, be like, we think this fucker's gonna sell 3 million copies.
No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You don't.
Why do you?
Folks, subtract 500,000 every time you
Yes.
you reboot it.
Every time you reboot the game. And then if
Yeah.
you say the game's going to sell 750 million copies. Or 750,000 copies, sorry.
what you meant,
And you
yeah.
sell 1.5.
Whoa! Now you're kicking
Aim
a
low.
guess. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. But the FIFA thing, John, is crazy. How do you...
We have to talk about that.
It's really easy to fuck up FIFA because they've been doing it for 15 years.
But that's the thing is that in my mind, I've been sitting here going like, well, it doesn't fucking matter. These things sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, with no
anyway,
repercussion.
So whatever.
Correct.
Well, apparently I was wrong.
It has caught up with them. Did they say what the expectation or the expected number is, or did they just say it missed?
They say here's what they said. After 2 years of double-digit net bookings growth, the football franchise, quote, experienced a slowdown in the current fiscal year. So that is...
but does that mean that it grew, but not as much? Or does that mean it shrank?
Unclear. They're saying it underperformed. I think what they are admitting to is that after consecutive years of additional growth in double-digit, net returns,
Yeah.
they are saying, okay, now it might be single-digit. It might be close to not close to break even or something. But they didn't actually say what the exact. But to admit that it underperformed does seem important. Like, it does seem interesting, and I don't know what I don't know what they do about it. But it's a very interesting story. I hope we
Can we
get
play a game, John?
Yeah, what's the game?
My new game is called Which FIFA is this new thing from? So I've pulled up the new features pages for EA Football Club 24 and EA Football Club 25.
25? Okay.
And I need you to tell me which one is the new one.
Okay.
Player and manager career. Chart your dream career path with help from the new player agent and evolve on the pitch with a reinvented personality system built around the all-new play styles. Manager career. Lead your club.
You said
what's
24 and 25? That's all the options are?
Yes.
Okay.
Manager career. Lead your club to glory with more control over your tactics, coaches to help you implement your vision, and new training features to get the best out of your squad on match day. That is one feature that they have highlighted. Is this a new feature in EAFC 24 or 25?
I mean, it's dire either way. So I'm going to say 25.
It's the EA Football Club 24.
Okay, so last year they added
It was last year.
Last year they added features that sound like they've been in the game for quite some time.
For quite a while.
Okay.
Clubs.
Hey, teams. Have you ever heard of them?
Play, win, and progress with friends in more ways than ever before. Connect with club mates in your new clubhouse and see friends as avatars when they enter the mode. And take your club to new heights with facilities and showcase your skills in Clubs Rush.
Clubs Rush.
Uh-huh. Is that 24 or 25?
25.
That is correct. It's 25, John.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's another one. Manager career and player career. Live out the biggest storylines from the real world with live start points. Rewrite the stories of past icons with today's clubs and player career, and play an authentic women's career experience using a club or player from the top 5 women's leagues. Asterisk, asterisk, to be released with a post-launch update. 24 or 25?
I feel like that's 24.
That's going to be 25, John.
Oh my god, I'm bad at this game. No.
Okay. Clubs and Volta football. This is the last one. From the stadium to the street, join your friends in clubs and Volta football with crossplay. Play, progress, and personalize your pro in true to football ways with the introduction of a new club season format, culminating in playoffs, the introduction of play styles for a more realistic player development, and more customization than ever.
I feel like because we just got clubs for 25, this is going to be a 24.
That's correct, Sean. That is
Okay.
also 2024.
Clubs.
I think they have not had a good idea for FIFA
In a long time.
a really long time, which is because it is impossible to have a new idea for soccer. They got it right the first time.
Got it right. Yeah,
They got it right when they did it, and all EA has to do is put the new guys in it every time.
Yeah.
They would make more money, probably, if they just put FIFA out free to play, and all the labels have been filed off. He's filed the serial numbers off, and it's just soccer, right? And then every year you pay them $25
to add the license.
to add the license and the
To add the
guys to
license.
it.
That's a killer idea because there'll be a lot of people that are just like, I made my own stuff. Here's kind of Real Madrid.
Fake Madrid.
It's fake Madrid. That's Bonaldo. Bonaldo versus Jesse. Incredible.
Giant El Jesse.
Giant El Jesse. Bonaldo. Baymax.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
It is I would rather be dead than I think working on the FC team because I don't know what you wake up in the morning to do what. You have to figure out a new way to do soccer.
Right. They okay. I agree with your idea.
In the Battlefield engine.
In the Battlefield engine. Another day. Another 12 hours of me trying not to get fucking Neymar to dive like he's taking a bullet. Neymar, no, you can't military crouch like this.
You cannot
You
crouch
can't
like
crawl.
that. Why does it look like Neymar? Why does it look like you're holding an M14? Stop.
Neymar just hijacked a jet and flew away.
There aren't even jets in this.
I think if they I mean, listen, I know I sound like an old head sicko, but it's like, I think if they really focused on presentation and making the game really, really fun between the whistles, put fucking Kate Scott and and Henri and those guys in the halftime booth and the pre and the whatever. Have them do the dumb mocap shit like Ernie Johnson and Shaq and Kenny the Jet do. Which, by the way, I was playing that the other day, and they went to halftime, and I've never seen this in my life. I've never seen this in my life. Ernie Johnson was where Shaq should be, and he was clipping through the desk, and Shaq was in the middle, turned slightly toward Kenny the Jet. And then the jet was tilted slightly back. I felt like when Travis McElroy said he saw Night at the Museum in the wrong aspect ratio.
With the cables and stuff.
Wait a second. I was like, I need to take a picture of this, and then it left, and I couldn't get it in time.
That's crazy. Do you remember where you were? Not to sidetrack. Do you remember where you were when you heard that story from Travis? I remember exactly where I was.
I was in a car and I had to pull over because I was laughing so hard.
I was on the bus going up the hill on Arguello in San Francisco, passing the Correct gym, and I was in the back of the bus, crowded bus, back of the bus, wheezing, just losing my fucking mind. And usually when I'm on public transit and I laugh, I literally never think about it. I was laughing so hard that I was like, do I have to get off of the bus?
I have to get off the bus, yeah.
Is that the move here to make it consumable for like safe for public consumption. Do I have to get off the bus? Yeah, good bit.
Anyway, search Bim Bam Night at the Museum. It's a really good bit. If
You'll find it.
But yeah.
What do they do?
That's nuts. I don't know. I would be really spooked. I really would be, because it does seem like one of those things that, like, in my real logical brain, I knew was going to happen at some point. But I kept kind of just like being like, well, I guess they're just gonna keep fucking that chicken. And it's like, and it's like
it's gonna work every time.
It's gonna work every time, and they're just gonna do it. And then it's like, oh, it didn't. And like, are we? When I read this, I thought to myself, this is maybe putting too much. This is maybe giving Europe too much credit, just a little bit. But I did think to myself, I was like, do Europeans generally feel like, do they feel less FOMO about consumerism?
Yes.
And do they feel less attached to brands that they feel like are not actually meeting their needs? I think the answer is yes.
I think the answer is yes. I also think that the economy of people buying the new FIFA, the way that people are in other places, the way that people buy the new Madden here, that is going to happen. That change in purchasing behavior had to have happened in Europe before it'll happen here. So and if the game primarily sells not in America, which is what it is, then eventually it was going to happen. I'm sure that EA was fucking delighted that college football popped off as much as it did, because I'm sure it evened the books such that it didn't matter that FIFA had a down year, and it honestly isn't going to matter that FIFA is going to have down years, because they found a new chicken to fuck.
Found a new
right? So it's like the Madden train's going to go down a little bit, I would also assume.
Yeah, I would assume so.
If EA, but there's also a reason that's why EA bought Codemasters, right? In theory, because F1 is going to start taking off in the United States in a way that is going to be more prevalent. That game sucks and is not good. They forgot I don't think we talked about it when it came out. John, when they released the new F1 game last year, the tires didn't interact with the ground right. Oh. They fucked up friction, which they had correct in the last one. And they didn't change the engine.
The Battlefield engine.
They didn't fuck it up in the one before. And this one, the wheels just didn't. And it got all the way to the game coming out. And then they were like, the wheels got to touch the ground. The wheels. Got to roll on the ground.
Yeah. Fuck. Can we start over?
I don't know. Can we start over? So, I think...
It's a big story.
It's a big story.
We'll see what happens. I mean, couldn't happen to a better team. I don't know. Really funny. It's really funny.
It's just tough.
Let's go HIVE questions for this episode. Lovik asked a question I did not understand. It's probably because I scrubbed the Xbox thing. I need your take on the Silk Song cake thing. What does that mean?
What are you saying? Silk
song
cake.
Silk Song cake.
Hollow Knight. Okay, so I'm on GameRant.com.
Oh God.
Or should I go on Yahoo.com? I'll go on Yahoo.com. I'm on Yahoo.com for PC Gamer. I'm reading the whole article. We're just gonna have silent, sustained reading for a second, everybody. Just hold on. Just relax. Take up a second to breathe. Have some water.
Have some water, everyone.
Watched a TikTok. Go watch a TikTok.
Meditate. Yeah, I've got it. This is from Game Rant from Ediz Gooner. Cool. Hi, Ediz. Subreddit users on the Silksong subreddit are convinced that developer at Team Cherry, William Pellin, is secretly hinting at the release date for the next Hollow Knight Silksong trailer through an elaborate alternate reality game. Now, that may sound like complete nonsense at first, but the
'Cause it
evidence that
is.
fans have collected makes the theory seems pretty believable. Right, it's recorded by Reddit user Hollow Martin. Pellin unexpectedly changed his Twitter profile on January 15th, 2024, a day before the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced. Nope, that would be 2025, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He renamed his account Little Bomi and replaced his profile picture with a delicious-looking chocolate cake.
Go outside.
Go
Go outside.
Go outside.
Don't even finish reading the
outside.
article, John. Go outside. This is nothing.
Oh, yeah,
it's not
go
anything.
outside.
The
Go
video
outside.
game's gonna come out, or it won't,
Go outside.
and that's fine. Go outside.
Go
It doesn't
outside.
matter.
Go outside.
Go volunteer somewhere instead of
Also-
wasting your brain cycles on when
not-
Spoon Heaven's coming out.
Not to be rude, you needed an editor on this one. Go back to your editors. They're like duplicate paragraphs in here. Sorry.
Damn,
I
tough.
don't have nice things to say about Game Rant, I guess.
I can't believe you aren't
Can't
being
believe
kind
it.
to
I
Game
can't
Rant.
believe it. I can't believe it. Just check if you wrote a paragraph twice and your editor put it in twice.
2 times.
2 times.
A guy reached out to the guy and then they said there's no ARG, so it's fucking nothing.
That's really funny. Sphinx asks, we kind of did say this. Does the Doomslayer get put into the sarcophagus at the end of the new Doom game? Both
I
of
hope
us
so.
agree, yes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
My Hero Zero asks, how many hours into playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on a Steam Deck is the madness going to set in for me? My Hero Zero, I gotta tell you, I would not play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on a Steam Deck. I wouldn't play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at all, actually.
Hey!
But I've read that you have to, like, make that game look like shit for it to sometimes hit 30 FPS. That's what I read. I wouldn't do that, personally.
You know what always hits at 30 frames a second?
NFL Street on over
NFL Street 2 on the PlayStation 2.
I don't know. I hope you enjoy that game, but I would not play it on Steam Deck for sure. There's like way too much small stuff.
Just play Crisis Core like 5 times, and that'll get you the same experience.
It'll get you the same one. Bone Chunk Actual asks, Expedition 33, or Sacre Bleu? Listen, we're both on the record as on that one, so thank you. Charlie asks, will Xbox finally have the year that they've been promising for years in 2025?
It's weird though, right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe. I still think that they're going to put a Halo game out this year.
What does that game look
It's Halo
in?
1.
It's Halo 1.
It's Halo 1 and Unreal 5.
It's Halo 1. Okay.
I have
Halo 1 and Unreal 5.
nothing, zero information on this.
Nikki is the lead.
But in my
producer on this.
gut, I feel like they're going to put Halo 1, remade in Unreal Engine 5, on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series, and the Nintendo Switch 2 this
That
calendar
would be really
year.
fun. That would be fun. I would love to play that.
Yeah, that's my theory.
That'd be sick.
And then they also have Fable this year, allegedly, and Outer
They've got
Wilds
some big
2,
stuff.
Outer
Yeah.
Worlds 2. Fucking A.
Outer Worlds 2, they have Avowed.
Avowed is in like 2 weeks, though.
Uh-huh,
That's the
I
thing
know.
about Avowed. I was kind of
know.
like a little feeling weird, and I think it's just because the previews were so mixed when they had that last preview cycle at the end of the year, or right, or maybe it actually might have been October. It feels like it's been a minute since they talked about that game, and then considering it comes out in 2 weeks, to have not even and Avowed comes out in 2 weeks during this thing makes me be like, oh, they're throwing this little guy out to pass away.
It kind of makes
But
it feel like that. Too.
they are going to have a lot of video games coming out this
They have a
year,
lot. Yeah.
which is more than Sony can say.
It is.
There will be more Xbox games on the PlayStation this year than there will be PlayStation games on the PlayStation this year. And I think for Microsoft, that fucking whips. Like, that's huge for them. And I think it'll probably be monetarily good for them as well.
I think you're probably right. Lovik, what other setting would you put the Doomslayer in? We kind of talked about this. I mean, Ancient Egypt is kind of fun.
Egypt is so good.
French Revolution.
God, the French Revolution would also fucking bang.
Yeah,
because
a bunch
he gets
of demons just being like, oh.
And then you put them in the guillotine. That's good.
Oh.
That's really good.
Your weapon is like a retractable
retractable guillotine.
that,
That's
like,
really
slices
good.
through people. That's really fucking good.
Maybe he does go to America. He gets on the boat and he comes to America and he runs alongside George Washington. That's fucking fun.
Okay, listen. Doom Mayflower. It's this crazy demon ships on the water all the way from Europe to America.
Yes. Wait, what's that island that they sent all of those people to in the colonials times? But when they got there, they all fucking died? And they have no idea what happened to them?
I don't remember.
Mystery Dead Island colonial times.
That didn't
Roanoke Island.
Okay. All right, Roanoke Island. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Wait, there's people there now? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, but Roanoke Island. So it would cost it's so fucking nuts that when you Google a place, Google's like, you want to get on an airplane to there right now, right? You're trying to figure out how to get there right now via airplane? Is what you want?
Right now.
It would take 6.5 hours if you left from Burbank right now via airplane. Okay, so it's as of 2000, which is 25 years ago, there were 6,000 people on this island. God. They have not updated this since 2000, I guess. But what if the reason why all those people got is because because they were the devil. They were all from hell.
They were all from hell. I love it.
They came out of a portal, actually, and they were from hell. Doom guy had to go take them out. And then people got there, and they were like, hey, yo, what happened?
Yo.
It was the Doom guy.
What happened? Wow.
What happened?
What happened was... So, yeah, that's our answer. Jason asks, will the Switch 2 be able to run Crysis? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll run both of them.
Yeah.
All three of them? How many of them are there? 3?
Chris asking, what is the mysterious C button on the Switch 2? Something that kind of fell by the wayside. There is on the right.
Do you want
Joy-Con.
a funny answer or a comedy answer?
Oh, let's do both, huh?
Okay, well, I said comedy answer or a funny answer or a real.
Yeah.
What did I say? A funny answer or a comedy answer, or did I say a real answer?
I think you said a comedy answer and I don't remember, but it was funny.
No one's quite sure.
Sure.
The real answer is that it is supposed to open some sort of someone pulled the SDK from the most recent update on the regular Switch, which implies that it might end up coming to the regular Switch. There's an app called Campus, which is codenamed Campus, which is just going to be a social space. That's it. Yeah, and they said that the rumors were that it's not what was it on the Wii U where you could write the messages?
Right, I don't remember that, which was fun.
Wii U
I did actually use that sometimes.
Miiverse. It's not Miiverse.
Right.
But it's something different. That's what it's supposed to do. When you press the C button on the right Joy-Con, John, corn comes out of the USB-C port on the top.
Whoa.
Yeah, just big old corn kernels.
My comedy joke is going to be it's push to talk with Doug Bowser. So you just push it and
he's got a Nextel flip phone on his desk.
Yeah, on his desk.
Oh, it's C for
Doug.
chirp.
Chirp? Oh. I like that.
C for chirp. They should bring back Nextel phones. You should. Can you imagine? They should have T-Mobile should release an app. This is legitimately is a good idea. On April Fool's, a day I hate. T-Mobile should release an app called Nextel, and all it does is put another phone number. You put a phone number. You need to have the other person has to also have the app.
Right.
And it's like Yo. You remember the app Yo?
I do remember the app Yo.
And it's just Yo. All they did was make Yo. Except instead of it saying Yo, it's the Nextel chirp. And you can send those back and forth to each other.
That'd be really sick. And it would make my experience in the crowded DMV yesterday like some sort of a nightmare. I feel like that's a thing that like a bunch of people waiting in the DMV would have with
yes,
with
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good idea. A couple more questions. There's a good long one that we're going to end with, so I'm asking these other ones first.
Okay.
Grace asking, which games are you sick of hearing about?
Grand
Brother.
Theft.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Auto.
Sure.
Sace. Never talk to me. I can't wait to play it. I'm actually excited to play it because
Yeah.
I'm going to be so validated when I'm right about every single thing I've ever thought and said about the game. I can't wait. It's going to be so great for me.
Yeah.
Because I was like excited for GTA 5 because I was stupid.
No, I was excited about it. I was very excited because I thought they would nail the LA-ness of it, and it's like in a lot of ways they did. But then when they were like, we're gonna put our brand of humor all over it, it's just like, oh, barf, dude. Silk Song,
dude, miss me. Who cares? It'll come out. That's not even one that's like
I hope it doesn't. Like, where's the Pedro post for that one? Like, let's get that one up tomorrow. Yeah. We had a big argument about the IP of Silk Song, and we have a fucking bug guy, Hollow Man. We have Hollow Man, and then we we don't want to make Silk Song anymore. Anyway, don't get mad at Pedro. Pedro's making a cool game called Bugman 2.
It doesn't look anywhere as cool as the one that we were making.
It's very promising. I don't know. I like Hollow Knight a lot, but I am tired of this shit pretty bad.
I've gone all the way around on being legitimately excited for a third Half-Life game. Like a numbered Half-Life 3. I'm more excited about that, or to hear conversations about that, than I am to hear conversations about Silk Song.
100%. 100%. And that's how it works. Like, because I was where I am right now with Silk Song, I was at with Half-Life 3. Now I'm like, fuck it, who gives a shit? Yeah, bring back, the Beatles are on tour? How? I don't care. Half-Life 3, awesome. It's fine.
Yeah.
God, I was listening to fucking Black Beatles again today in the car. Last time we talked about that song, I forgot about the funniest line in that song. It's toward the end, and he just goes, "Me and Paul McCartney related." That song is so fucking good.
Really good.
It's so funny. It's so good. All right. Anyway, will Silk Song come to
I don't want to
Switch?
hear. I don't want to
Probably
hear about.
Jason.
Yeah, Silk Song on the Switch.
Yeah, probably Jason. Yes.
No, yeah. The game will come out there, but unless something has changed because they've ran through the length of the contract, Microsoft has the
is
PR
going to have it for a while.
Beats for that.
Yeah.
But also, it is legitimately possible that they have timed out of that deal because that game got announced 60 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It might be up for grabs.
Yep.
Now, I don't want to hear about the next Naughty Dog game ever again.
Oh.
We're gonna do that cycle. It's gonna be. You think that game comes out next year?
Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Is that it?
Okay, wait. New Naughty Dog, because I have no idea. What did you just say?
Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet.
That is correct. Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet.
Okay.
Awful name for a video game.
Bad name. Yeah, I don't care about that one either. Yeah.
Main character's last name is Moon. Fucking
Hi,
stupid.
I'm Jessica Space. Welcome to my game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Welcome to my ship. It's a Porsche. Jason also asked, "Can I borrow $5?" Sure. PB Zach 64. Which video game series would be best to adapt into a hit Broadway musical? Good question.
Great question. If you want a boring one, you could do God of War. I think actually it would probably be paced well. If you just kind of like, if you did it like,
boy.
That's good, John.
Boy.
So it's just the only lyric in the song is boy. Does he have anything?
Trust your instincts, boy.
Oh, that's good.
Trust your instincts. Let your arrow fly. Atreus. Boy!
That's good.
Yeah.
And then they could do the snake. They could make it snow in the theater, which would be cool.
Yeah.
The snake could come out of the roof like Phantom.
Right.
They could throw an axe out into the crowd and kill a person, and then the person playing Kratos could bring it back out of them, which would be sick.
Yeah, that would be sick. My honest
sorry. Now I'm actually thinking about how good of an idea this is. Because every time Kratos throws there's such an easy way to gimmick this. The thing coming back, because every time Kratos throws it off screen, you just have a different guy throwing it back off stage. You just have a different guy throwing it back to him. Though. He's got to catch it.
He's got to catch it.
He's got to catch it. It's obvious.
The virality of the first time Kratos fucking fumbles that. Oh, man. That would be so crazy. What's that guy's name that was in Hamilton? The king?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No, the one that won it.
Oh, Jonathan Groff.
Jonathan Groff fucking fumbling. He shaves his head for the fucking thing. He gains 50 pounds of muscle.
Of pure muscle.
Like, boy! And he fumbles the axe. Daniel Radcliffe plays Atreus.
No, but here's the thing. Because if they throw it and it misses him, right? And it goes off the other side, then all he has to do is turn around and then the axe guy, and he does it again, and then he gets another shot. So they have to throw it really hard with enough momentum to clear the width of the stage. Now, is that dangerous? Yeah, but that's the professionalism at work.
Kratos gets the yips one night and he can't decide. He's like always just like, no, I can't do that one yet. Nope. And he just keeps going from side to side on the stage. God, that'd be so fucking funny. I think genuinely my honest answer, and I think there is a future where it is possible. Metal Gear Solid would be such
God, and it's as long as Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and there's like it's like a 2-part event. It's multiple hours. You really got to commit. That would be good.
That would be good. That's a good question. We have one final question. I think it's a good one. It's a little bit related to GTA, but it's the rumor that GTA is going to sell for $100. Jason's essentially asking, don't people know when they're like there's an analyst claiming that other studios are waiting for this to happen so they can start charging $100 for their games. Okay, so Jason's question is essentially, do they not know that a $100 game is competing against things like YouTube and TikTok and Fortnite, which are all free? There has to be an upper limit to what people will pay, right?
Yes.
I made a very joking post on Blue Sky about this, but like when that report dropped, and it's like, oh, analysts are looking at ways to like, oh yeah, other studios might do this. I just wrote, imagine if the next Horizon game costs $100.
No, exactly. Like there are games
that's just like a non-starter to sell it for $100.
Yes. There is one game on the planet that could reasonably get away with the base SKU being $100, and it is GTA 6. Yep. They are not going to do it because every news story will not even be how violent is it in GTA 6. It will be on the regular news. Did you know that the video game Grand Theft Auto 6 costs $100? Yeah. We went to the Best Buy and talked to everyone who was in line to see if they were going to spend $100 on it. And then they cut to the guy and they were like, no, I'm not going to be able to afford $100 Grand Theft Auto 6 because eggs cost $80 now. So it's impossible. Also, very critically, they're gonna sell a version of the video game that costs $100.
It costs $100.
You know
they always
have. You already can spend $100 on most video games.
Yeah.
Ubisoft will let you. Was at one point letting people pay $99 for Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes. Yeah.
They'll do it for nothing.
When WWE 2K25 gets announced, you'll be able to buy a $100 version of that game.
Yes, they do it already. So it's like they will put in The regular version of the game, I think, will be $70, which is just how much those bigger games cost now. And I think there has been already pushback on that. There is a situation where it's like, I don't know how much more video game people feel like they're getting in that $10, but like, that's neither here nor there.
What if you get online for the $100 version and the 70 is just the base? You can add it later
For
but it costs
$30.
$30.
I don't think they're going to do it.
I
That
don't think
seems
they're gonna
nuts.
do that either. That seems crazy to me too.
I
but-
think what is going to happen is there will be a $70 version of the game that has all of it. It's got GTA
Yes.
Online and regular. I think the world where GTA Online is delayed again is so possible. Like, I think it is so... It would be foolish of them to have delayed the game again to then not have both of it come out at the same
Right.
time.
Yeah.
But, like, we're going to give you 2 months with GTA 6 as it is, and then the game comes out in November, and then in January, GTA Online comes out. Plausible to me. They will sell you this regular version of the game with all the stuff in it. Then they will sell you a $100 version of the game that lets you play the game 3 days early.
Right.
And
Yeah.
comes with like 200 or like $500,000 of shark cards.
V-Bucks. Oh, sure. Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yep.
And then you know what? They're going to sell so many
They'll sell a
copies
lot.
of that $100 version because people are going to be clamoring to play the bad video game 3 days early.
3 days early. We gotta play it 3 days early. Gotta play it 3 days early.
Awful.
Gotta play it. Good question, though, Jason. Good questions this week from the Hive. Thank you so much. If you want to ask a Hive question, you can go to bgbs.com/join. Join the Hive. Go to our Discord, and you can go to the Hive category. Go to the Hive content channel. You can ask us a question. We'll answer it every single week here on the show. We really appreciate your support. Your direct support is wonderful because we don't have any ads either on the website or in our podcast. It is all supporter funded, and we appreciate your support. We hope this year is a big one for us. We hope to do more stuff, have more guests, pay each other more. That'd be fun. All of those things would be wonderful. So if you want to support us, please go to bgbs.com/join and join the Hive. Nikki, do you have anything to plug this week?
No. It's like 80 degrees. It's not really a plug.
It's like 80 degrees in California. Wow, that's warm.
Yeah, it's January 23rd.
Yeah, that stinks. Yeah,
So-
it was like 35 here most of the day.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's cool.
okay.
Nothing to plug. The Angel City schedule got released. And,
Yeah, anything good?
We're taking all of July off, which actually
Oh,
huge. That's great. You know what it fucking sucks?
well, sitting
Standing
out there
outside in July.
Yeah.
And chanting and screaming for 2 hours. Yeah, no, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's
so
not fun.
great. That's huge for me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of weekday games, which blows.
Yeah.
Um,
that stinks.
John, this is not a plug. Sorry, the show's not over yet. Can you imagine? Close your eyes. Can you fucking imagine a professional sports team, right? Fires their coach like a week or two after the season, which was in season ends, which was in October because we didn't make the playoffs. Preseason started on Tuesday of this week. John Warren. Oh, we also fired the general manager. But the general manager didn't get fired until a month after we fired the coach.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you're about to ask me, but I'm just so curious about who the new head coach and general manager are.
Well, we did find a new GM.
Okay, that's great.
That's good.
Awesome.
Found
Well,
him a
I
week
mean,
and a half ago.
Oh, well, it makes sense. That's really kind of close, but it's like I'm sure the general manager will support the new head coach who started to coach because preseason started.
We don't have one. We don't have a coach. We don't have a coach, and the season starts in 6 weeks. The first preseason games are in 1.5 weeks in Coachella.
I really, really, really hope that they just don't solve this for another 2 weeks.
Oh,
This is like what happens.
They aren't gonna. We're gonna start.
What
I
if-
would
hey,
bet.
Hey, let me manifest something in the world.
Yeah. No, please.
Nikki Grayson is the next coach of the of
I
Ocean
would
City.
get fired from that job so fast. Dog, Alexis Ohanian is important on the team.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no.
The woman, John, who invented the Ouya. Not a joke.
I know.
The woman that
I know.
invented the Ouya
Yeah.
is a high-ranking member of the professional women's soccer team that I support.
Yeah.
Hell is real.
Do you still have your Ouya? I would get her to sign it so fast.
Fuck.
Oh.
Fuck.
I might still have my Ouya.
Fuck. That's a great way to never be allowed in the stadium again.
Yeah.
It's an incredible way to get
Sharpie
banned
and
from
Ouya, and you go,
BMO.
please. I still play Candy Crush.
Towerfall on this. Hey, did you
Towerfall.
hear? Hey, you remember? Hey, did you hear about Pedro? You remember Towerfall? So they made another game, right?
Did you
That
hear
game
about
was good.
Pedro apparently not good. I don't know.
Or maybe he's fine.
Maybe he's fine.
I don't
Really
know. It's
confusing.
unclear.
Really confusing. It's hard to tell he's under
shit.
that bus.
I can get an Ouya right now. You motherfuckers. You cannot say console works in parentheses. What do you mean it works?
It works.
What do you mean it doesn't do anything? I'm buying it right now. It's $30.
All right, buy it. $30. Do it.
Oh shit, I can get a bronze Ouya?
Yeah, you gotta get that shit signed though.
Yeah, I'll find her. I'll find Kara. You think I won't?
Gotta get it signed. Let's see. What do I have to plug? Go buy Interstate 35 over on Steam. It's a great visual novel that's been compared to Norco and Disco Elysium. I published it. It's great. Julie Muncie made it, and it's awesome. Also, Fledgling Manor. That's a Merritt and LB joint. That's a really great, funny killer romance vampire game. It's great. Yeah, I don't know. That's about it in terms of plugs. Yeah.
No, it's still not over, John.
Okay, it's not over.
It's $31 is what they want, or best
Okay.
offer. Should I
best
start at
offer,
15?
15, sure. Let's start at 15.
I'm starting at 15. Should I leave a message?
Yeah, say, okay. Say, Beans. My make-a-wish is to meet, what's her name?
I can't.
What's her name? My make-a-wish is to meet Julie, and I totally lost my Ouya. I see her next week. Can you do 15? Can you do 15?
I'm just going to say, can you do 15?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm a gamer.
I'm a gamer so good.
Okay. It has been input. Now we wait.
So we're gonna wait on the show.
Yeah.
We're
What else you got
gonna
to
wait
do?
on the show.
You got somewhere else to be?
Don't worry about the dogs.
No,
scratching at the
here's what we
door.
should do. Turn it off.
Okay.
Turn this off.
Right.
And then we go live, try to figure out your computer, and then we update the stream if they let me buy this Ouya for $15.
Okay, so leave here, go into my OBS, we stream, I test some
Yeah, because
stuff
I don't have anywhere to be until 5.
until 5, so that is an hour.
5:15. I have an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Unless, John, you want to do literally anything else, in which case, go do that.
No. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna leave you for like a few minutes to go feed the dog.
Great, I'll play Minecraft.
That's great. On Parsec? Or what? You just mean by yourself?
No. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll both go walk our dogs
Okay.
and
then
feed
we'll
them.
come back.
And then we'll
Okay.
come back.
Okay. All right.
But still,
can
you
do
should
that.
set the stream live and nobody's there.
And nobody's there. It's just okay. All right. We could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All
right, we did it. Content meeting.
We did it, folks. Content meeting. All right, folks. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Once again, vgbeats.com/join. You can join the Hive. Thanks to all of our wonderful Hive questions this week. This was a great episode. And yeah, I guess until next time, Let's just keep on buzzing.
Buzz, 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 buzz.